Hello, folks, and welcome back to Jamie and Jordan's channel. So, today, myself and Jordan are going to be discussing all things wrestling, in particular the WWE, our favourite wrestlers, and some more things as well, I'm sure.
And we'll also be reviewing
Oh, yes, of course, as well.
Prime. Since we are talking about wrestling, and Logan Paul is a wrestler currently in WWE and going to UFC, most likely he'll probably get knocked out.
And of course, KSI as well. He does some boxing, the odd time as well. So, yeah.
Never a good boxer. Logan Paul's better than KSI.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, absolutely.
Wearing the Elvis hat, representing Elvis.
Yep. The king.
The king. Right. So who's your favourite wrestlers, and
okay, yeah.
Which years did you start watching?
Well, my years of watching wrestling were from about 2006 to 2008. And then I sort of just went off it for some reason. But yeah, I know, just don't know what happened. But yeah, my favourite wrestlers at that time, well, I always had a soft spot for John Cena. He was my favourite. I know Jordan likes him as well. So yeah, like John Cena, he was just very, it's just very cool. I liked his, you can't see me, all that stuff. So I liked him. There's a couple of others that I liked as well. Obviously, Triple H was one of my other favourites. I liked him because he was just sort of like he was a bit of a badass. You know what I mean? He had this sort of look about him. The long hair, the
mustache,
the weird mustache, and he just looked real badass. So yeah.
Also, he did that because Lemmy from Motorhead had the mustache and long hair.
Oh, there you go, folks. Yeah, you learn a new thing
every day.
Every day, yeah. As well as any others. Well, I suppose The Undertaker was another one of my favourites. All right. See, you're not too impressed there, Jordan. But yeah, The Undertaker, I liked him. I liked him because he was unbeaten at WrestleMania for a long time, obviously.
21.
Yeah, 21.
21 and 1.
Yep.
He got defeated by Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 30.
He was beaten, yes, then.
I remember watching it live.
You watched that live, yeah? I don't know. Must have been quite a sad moment that when he lost the undefeated
Everyone was
record.
Shocked. We were like...
Yeah.
There was not a word in the room.
Yeah, it was quiet. But yeah, I liked him. I liked him because many of his theme music wasn't very sort of spooky, wasn't it? It was a class walk on he had now. Yeah, I mean a couple of I suppose I like Rey Mysterio a wee bit as well.
Do you like any new ones?
Not really, not really, to be honest. I mean, I suppose I did like Randy Orton at one stage. Yeah, he was, fair enough wrestler, Randy Orton.
Fair enough.
He had a good finishing move with the RKO, was it you call it? Yeah.
RKO, Randall Keith Orton.
Yep. So that was a good finishing move. But, yeah, that's really all the wrestlers I really, followed or liked. So I'll let Jordan now, the big wrestling fan here, go on ahead. Yeah.
The guy that still watches it.
Oh, yeah.
So, I have, my favourite wrestlers from the 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, now. So it's a very long list. So from the 80s, Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, Ultimate Warrior, Jim Duggan, Honky Tonk Man, who else? Hold on, I'm trying to think.
Yeah, there's so many.
There's so many guys out there. Mick McManus and Jimmy Snuka. I loved Jimmy Snuka. I loved The Undertaker in the 90s as well. So those are the 80s. I also loved guys like some of the smaller wrestlers in the 90s. So, like Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit, Chris Jericho,
Oh yeah, Chris Jericho. What about him?
Rey Mysterio Jr., The Big Show, Paul White. He was in WCW. So in the 80s, I covered the 80s. In the 90s, the 2000s, has to be John Cena, Randy Orton, Rey Mysterio, Brock Lesnar, The Big Show, Chris Masters, Great Khali, Triple H, Randy Orton, Ultimate Dragon, who else? Eddie Guerrero, Dean Malenko, and yeah, so those are the 90s. And I also liked Mr. McMahon when he was wrestling,
Yeah.
and also Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock,
But
Mankind, Undertaker, Triple H.
I think he must like one name so far, Jordan, and he's like the godfather of wrestling in America. You know, woo,
Ric Flair.
yeah, Rick the Man.
The camera's a bit wonky.
It's just, but yeah, that's quite a lot you've
Batista.
there. Yeah,
Batista, I liked him.
he was good.
So my favorite wrestlers of the now are Cody Rhodes, John Cena when he wrestles, Seth Rollins, Jon Moxley, Shinsuke Nakamura, AJ Styles, who else? On Raw, I like him. On SmackDown, I like Jimmy and Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and also love Brock Lesnar when he comes back, Undertaker when he comes back, and so many others. But my all-time favorite wrestler, I mean, you all already know this,
Yeah,
John Cena.
the man himself.
John Cena.
I don't like coming on there, but yeah, John Cena. He's a bit like he's sort of like his own brand, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's just so popular. Yeah, just a great wrestler. You know, he's
Dean Malenko.
been there for a long time. Yeah.
And also, you know, Carlito, Great Khali, Umaga.
Omega, yeah.
Umaga. Stupid light.
Yeah, sorry, we're running a few issues here with the light. It's just the sun, you see, it's getting a bit low in the sky.
So Umaga, Chris Masters, Chris Benoit, I'm not allowed to mention.
Probably best if you don't, my friends. Yeah.
Long story.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, I was going to ask you, Jordan, would you have any like favourite moments from your time of being a wrestling fan?
Oh yeah, there's so many. Shane McMahon, Undertaker, when at WrestleMania 32 or 33 or 31, when Shane McMahon jumped from the Hell in a Cell all the way down to the Undertaker. That was class. Undertaker, Mankind at King of the Ring. John Cena becoming a 16-time World Heavyweight Champion at Royal Rumble 2017, which I watched the day after that happened. Seth Rollins becoming the WWE Champion. Sheamus becoming the WWE Champion in 2015 on an episode of Raw in December. The debut of Chris Jericho. The debut of John Cena on Raw in 2005. Oh, I could talk about this all day.
I know we could, yeah. For myself, probably. For me, at the time watching it when I was still quite young, you know, I was about maybe 10 years old, you know, watching the Big Show fight Floyd Mayweather, I thought was pretty cool. Like a boxer taking on, you know, a wrestler. That was very cool, I thought.
Funny thing about that is, you know, the night that he broke the Big Show's nose, they had to go and record a promo, and they fought for real. Oof. So there was no fake shit.
Jeez, there you go, folks. So, yeah, I thought that was pretty cool at the time.
And imagine that, like Floyd Mayweather, who's a very small man, against someone who's really tall and strong.
Yeah.
And realistically, who would win?
Well, you have to say the Big Show. He was bigger, stronger. He had the height advantage. But Floyd Mayweather, he used he had something on his wrist or his knuckles. What was it?
Breast rings.
Oh, that's surprised. Yeah, he had that just one single hit to the side of the head, wasn't it, or something? And looked a bit painful. Yeah, so he won in the end, I guess. Yeah, but
Cain Velasquez and Brock Lesnar are crown jewels. I remember watching that.
yeah,
It was great. You know, Eddie Guerrero winning at WrestleMania. So many others. You
yeah,
know, wrestling is just timeless. I mean, you can. Doesn't matter if you stop watching 20 years ago, 30 years ago. You can always put it on and still have enjoyment. If
oh
you
yeah,
can't sit down, right, and this is the God honest truth,
right.
if you can't sit down and turn on Monday Night Raw and not find something enjoyment out of it, then there's something definitely wrong with you. Because wrestling
Probably.
is everything. I hate when
Yeah,
people say wrestling hasn't been the same. It's the God honest truth. If you can't sit down and watch wrestling and just enjoy it for the way it is, then there's no point of you watching it. Don't bitch about it because
yeah,
your favorite wrestler didn't win. As much as John Cena didn't win, he's always going to come back and win the next time because it's just a TV show.
yeah. That's it, folks. Basically, you have explained that very well there,
Like,
Jordan.
people really need to stop taking wins and losses seriously in wrestling.
Yeah,
Listen, it's not that serious. It's just a TV show.
yeah. That's it. It does say, World Wrestling Entertainment, and the entertainment part is obviously the key part of that word. I must say, I do also mind John Cena coming back from injury. And you'll remember this, Jordan, what year it was? Was it Royal Rumble 2008,
2008.
was it? Yeah, yeah. Mind that part, that was great. Had that in DVD too, and then I give it to
Still have
this
it.
man here, yeah, yeah.
See, Jimmy doesn't watch wrestling anymore, and
No,
since he's known me, I've kind of kept him update with it, but he doesn't
yeah,
really watch it. He's more into like Formula One and stuff.
yeah, yeah.
But we both can agree we're not big, massive fans of UFC.
Nah, it's just not for me.
I've tried watching it. I like it. I just don't watch it. Especially Conor McGregor. I can't stand him.
He's a bit of a, well, he's a bit of an asshole. Is that a swear word? No.
Nah, an asshole's okay.
Shouldn't have said that. Anyway, yeah, don't like him. He's too big, too brash. Yeah, just talks too much crap for my liking. Really does. Really
He is
does.
the element of a wrestler. You know the way those guys
Yeah,
say, I'm gonna beep and
yeah,
beep.
he does. Yeah,
Come on, like, where did you see that first?
you've seen that in wrestling, of course. Yeah,
It's one big show.
exactly.
Also, I want to go back to the 80s. Hulk Hogan, when he slammed Andre the Giant at WrestleMania, everyone will remember that.
Yep.
Jim Duggan winning the first Royal Rumble, Honky Tonk Man.
Oh yeah, Honky Honk Man. Aye.
Um, Who else? Andre the Giant, Ultimate Warrior, Undertaker. Even going back to the 90s, Kane, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The
Yeah.
Rock, Triple H, Chris Jericho, Dean Malenko, Rey Mysterio,
Shawn Michaels as well.
Shawn
Yeah.
Michaels, Razor Ramon, Scott Hall. Who else? So many others. Wrestling is enjoyable to any time of the year.
Yeah.
I have the WWE Network, and for some reason, I just stick on some random ass episode of Monday Night Raw from 2002, and I watch it. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
well, might as well, lads. I mean, yeah. Well, I guess people say that wrestling, its heyday really was back in the early 2000s or back in the 90s.
Wrestling's still in its heyday.
Well, there you go. And this guy here obviously he knows more than me about wrestling.
Wrestling is still enjoyable. The people that say, "Oh, wrestling back in the 1990s isn't good," wrestling now isn't as good back in the 1990s. No, wrestling's good all year round. You can sit down and enjoy it all the time.
So,
As
yeah.
much as I don't like Roman Reigns, the guy's doing something great. The Royal Rumble was just this past weekend, and I watched it, enjoyed the hell out of it. We're trying not to curse because last time we
Yeah.
cursed, we got our comments turned off.
Yep.
Just there's so many great things. Like obviously Jamie watched it in 2006, so I'm gonna let
Yep.
him talk about his favorite moments in 2006.
And six. Well, I'll have to try and think back to then. Yeah, I do. I do mind that there at WrestleMania one year there was, well, obviously I was a wrestling fan, and it was held outdoors, so in Florida was it or somewhere? Yeah, and
It's 2009.
I mind for the WWE Championship. It was between, there was a three-way between Triple H, John Cena, and was it Randy Orton or Shawn Michaels or something like that? Yeah, but I mean that's a great fight. I think in the end Randy Orton won it.
Yeah, the Dark Hill and Triple H.
Yep. Any other good fights? Well, I do mind the old rivalry of the Undertaker against Edge.
Oh, I remember that. Edge.
That was a big rivalry, wasn't it? Massive.
Yeah. Massive.
I mean, like they fought at WrestleMania, and then a few weeks later, of course, at Backlash, they fought again, and I think both times the Undertaker came out on top. Yeah.
Undertaker's a dope legend.
He is.
Even though I'm not.
He is the GOAT.
Even though I'm not really the biggest Undertaker fan.
Yeah.
American Badass 2002, 2003, you know, when he started coming out with a motorcycle?
Oh, the motorbike, yeah, that was cool, yeah. That was class.
He had a rivalry with Brock Lesnar. Another rivalry, Brock Lesnar, John Cena.
Yeah.
2014, 2012, 2014, 2015, and whenever the hell they were doing it.
Yeah.
Again. Another great rivalry. Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Mr. McMahon, The Rock, Triple H, and Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock and Mankind versus Undertaker, you know, Dean Malenko and his stuff in WCW, even today, Shinsuke Nakamura, AJ Styles, you know, Dean Ambrose, also known as Jon Moxley in AEW, Bryan Danielson, The Elite, the Young Bucks, Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, so many others. Wrestling is just one of the best sports in the planet, and yes, I consider it sport.
Yeah, well, some people consider it sport. Some people consider it entertainment, basically. Yeah, but I do mind another rivalry. Was that Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton had a bit of a rivalry going as well? Mind that.
Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy. 2008, when Jeff Hardy jumped on top of the ladder into the tables and that.
That's right, the two brothers. Yeah.
The Hardy Boys.
Yeah.
My brothers always wanted to be the Hardy Boys. My wee brother's favourite wrestlers, Shawn Michaels and Jeff Hardy. Yeah. I remember him playing the game when he was up. He was like, oh my God, Jeff Hardy's in this game, I'm playing him. I like Jeff Hardy, but, you know, it's whatever.
Yeah.
But my favourite wrestler has to be, of course, John Cena. Can't see me.
Yep, you can't see us, folks, now.
Even though 2K23 is coming out in 40 days, which I've already pre-ordered, I'm going to get.
There you go, folks. 40 days to wait.
Shout out to Jamie's TikTok.
Oh, thank you very much, mate. Yeah, well, we've made a wee video there today, by the way, so we'll post that soon. By the way, we must also review, while we have time, the Prime drink, which is from Logan Paul and KSI. Famous from YouTube, of course.
Yeah.
Like ourselves.
Well, we're not that famous.
Well, okay, we're trying to get there. So
someday.
Yeah.
1,600 subscribers there.
Right, well, just take another drink just to remind myself of the flavour. It's tropical punch, by the way. This one. Yeah. It does leave a bit of an aftertaste, I must say. Yeah. I quite like it though. What do you think about it, mate?
Have to go in for another taste.
Alright, there you go. Get a second opinion.
Here, taste that again to see if you like it.
Yeah, I mean, I do like it, yeah. But it's quite strong, I think. But yeah, I do like that.
Yeah, I'll give that...
Well, out of 10, what would you give it?
7 out of 10.
Yeah, I think a 7 or even a 7.5 would be fair enough for that, yeah.
It's not the best, but it's really, really, really nice.
It's nice, yeah.
Shout out to my TikTok as well. Go and follow me.
Yep, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll put up our TikTok usernames in the comments section so you can find us both there. Yeah. So this guy here is the big Elvis fan, of course. His TikTok is dedicated to Elvis Presley, the king himself. So yeah.
And also the other guy.
Oh yes, Michael Jackson as well, of course. Yep.
I'll start posting more Michael Jackson stuff as well. But you know, Michael Jackson's great. But
yeah,
I want to ask you, why did you stop watching wrestling?
Yeah, fair question, Jordan. Well, I guess you see, I got into wrestling because my cousins liked it. I had some older cousins who used to watch it, and they got me into it. The reason I stopped watching it, well, I don't actually know. I just kind of just stopped watching it. I got more into like other sports, like obviously, I've always been big into football, and then Formula One and
Boxing,
golf, tennis, snooker. Just a whole lot of sports. So wrestling kind of just fell down my list of favorite
sports.
And then I guess once I met Jordan Tech, he kind of got me back into the wee bit, or he kept me up to date with what was happening in the world of the WWE. And
you should check out AEW.
AEW, that's
All Elite Wrestling. It's on ITV.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Seen that before.
You should watch it. It's really good.
ITV4.
It's more violent.
Right.
And this is the thing. If there's some parents out there that are considering to let your kids watch wrestling and they think it will be too violent, no. It's not violent by any means necessary. WWE is a public traded company. Their programming has been PG since July 2008. So you will not see nothing sketchy on WWE programming. It is a family clean entertainment. And for God's sake, as much as I want to WWE go back to TV14, we all have AEW, we can all watch it. Wrestling doesn't have to be all blood and violence.
No,
for God's sake.
No.
Like, if I wanted to go and see blood and violence, I could go and stick on UFC or boxing. Yep. Well, not even boxing, because they don't really bleed.
Not quite as much as they used to. No, the gloves look up more safe to, get punched with. So, yeah.
Like, wrestling is family, clean TV show. It always has been and always will be. Don't let people say wrestling's always been violent. Wrestling has always been directed to families.
Yeah.
Wrestling is a TV show, and you don't be scared to let your kids watch wrestling. If I was you, I wouldn't let them watch anything from in the 90s. 2000s, yeah, it's okay, but not in the 90s. That's when wrestling was balls to the wall, pure violent, pure glory. And also the rise of backyard wrestling, when people go out and start wrestling in the backyard. I don't know why. I didn't do it. I was too busy watching it on TV. But yeah.
I guess we should also say that leave the wrestling moves to the professionals, because obviously you could get hurt. So yeah, leave it to the pros.
Yep,
kids.
Leave it to the pros.
Yeah. So 23 minutes. Anything else you want to say before we wrap this up, Jordan?
Will you start getting back into wrestling? Will you ever become a fan again?
I would never say never, my friends. No, I mean, it definitely could happen someday. I mean, say if there was a wrestler who came from Northern Ireland, got kind of big in the WWE. Of course, you
there is.
Well, you had Finlay, of course, back in the day, and
Jordan Devlin.
Yeah, him as well, and that other wee Hornswoggle.
Well, he's not actually Irish.
Well, he's not. All right, okay. Well, he's a fake. So, yeah.
Jordan Devlin's from Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
You should watch him.
All right.
I've met him a couple of times.
No?
Met the Mustache Mountain. I've had photos with him and all. I'll probably send them to Jimmy and he can probably edit them in.
Yeah, I can edit them into TikTok or something, or YouTube, or...
Yeah,
Yeah,
just go and watch wrestling. Wrestling's for everyone. It's great,
yeah.
in my opinion. Even though I do still watch it, there's sometimes where I do take a break from it, but
Mm,
I always come back to watch it. I always come back to see what's going on because those men and women they really are going out there and they are putting their bodies on the line. And people love saying wrestling's fake. You don't know what those men and women do just for our entertainment's sake. I appreciate what they do. They go out there every night, put their bodies on the line for our entertainment.
mm.
So we should show them some respect. That's outside the ring and inside the ring. If you see a wrestler in public, do not go up to them and ask them for an autograph. Let them be. Just let them be with their families because
Yeah,
you don't know what's going on. Like I've had opportunities multiple times to see wrestlers outside the ring, but I just don't ever go up to them. I would give them a handshake inside the ring, and even when people going outside the arena looking for them, leave them alone. All right, just leave them alone. Let them just do their thing and be okay.
yeah.
I know
That's it.
everyone has this fantasy they want to meet celebrities, but let them be because you don't know what's going on with them. Just respect their privacy and respect wrestling because wrestling's the last form of entertainment where it is the best form of theatrics. There's not a lot of theatrical
Yeah,
TV shows anymore. Everything is too realistic. Everything has to be real life. Just shut up and just enjoy the TV show. And don't be one of these assholes that complain about your favorite wrestler winning because at the end of the day, it's just a TV show.
yeah. Well said, Jordan. Yeah, well said.
I've had that in my
So,
mind for a long time.
yep, you just had to get that off your chest. So, no, fair play. No, I agree with you, Jordan. Wrestlers, like, wrestlers smashing each other through tables, it is kind of dangerous. Of course it is. It's getting smashed through a table.
It's gonna hurt.
It's going to damn hurt. And also the bed of the wrestling ring, that is hard. As
Shit's not
Jordan will
fake.
tell you. Yeah, yeah,
Shit's not fake.
yeah.
I was at a ROH, not a ROH, OTT show, and I heard them going slamming down the ring, and it went boom, and
Slap.
you could
Yeah.
hear them in pain. I was like, thank God, I'm never doing that.
Jeez.
People love to say wrestling's fake. All I'm saying is, you
Just
step into the ring and you tell me that's fake.
Yeah, or even just go to a wrestling show somewhere and you'll see how hard they're getting hit on the floor of the ring.
And
See for
another thing that
yourself.
pisses me off is when the fans, try to touch the wrestlers on the ground. That's annoying. Like,
It's
dude,
not
back
yeah,
off.
yeah, it's not great. That I agree.
But I would love to see two wrestlers fighting in the crowd. And when you're there, you're like, oh my god,
Yeah,
shit, get
yeah. You can you can get up close to them and see what's happening.
Sorry for the
Honestly,
language,
yep. Apologies for that. Don't swear, kids.
but stuff could go
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
Someone could go and jump off that thing right now into a table.
You never know. Yeah,
Yeah, but the reason why we're not been posting is because we just have not been bothering. Couldn't be bothered making videos.
yeah. We sort of had a lack of ideas as well, but then Jordan suggested we do this video, and I thought, yeah, well, give us a go, and I think it's turned out pretty well. We're nearly on here for now for half an hour already, so yeah,
We'll go wait until it turns 30 and then we'll go.
fair enough. So, any last things you want to say, Jordan, before the clock hits 30?
Is there any other sports where you think that people think it's fake but it's not?
Ooh, good question. People have always thought they don't consider darts to be a sport, but I mean, like, trust me, and I used to play darts. It's hard, like trying to throw a wee dart into the board at a target about that big. It takes a lot of skill. So I think darts is a sport, even though some people say, "Oh, it's just a load of fat guys drinking beer. They get up on stage, they dance around to their theme, their walk-on song, and then they throw some darts at the board." But trust me, it's hard. Like, trust me, I think.
Those are the same clowns that go to UFC events.
Yeah, definitely.
You know,
So,
cheer for Conor McGregor, come in and he's dancing his wee theme song, walking down with his greased up tights.
God, I know. There's nothing worse, honestly. Yeah.
But yeah, you know, it's like whatever. Another thing, bowling. Bowling's a sport.
Bowling, yeah, that takes some skill as well. That does. Yeah.
Snooker.
Well, I guess, yeah, snooker's always been considered a sport anyway, I think, so.
Hockey. Baseball. Tennis.
Yeah, I guess.
Golf.
I'm trying to think, you know, I think maybe some sports in the Olympics, they aren't considered a sport, even though they're in the Olympics.
Like what?
Well, like, you know, say, for example, that sport, fencing. You ever seen that before? The two swords?
Yeah.
Some people say that's not a sport, and I actually would kind of
Consider it?
agree, because it's more like a martial art than actual just a pure raw sport, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so that's the only sport I might consider that's called a sport, but it's actually not.
Would
really
you consider
a sport.
MMA a sport? Be careful, you know what
I know.
you get some MMA nerds in here.
I could get a lot of
you know
hate
what?
for this.
Screw them. Just say it.
No, I wouldn't. Because again, like fencing, I think that's like a martial art more than an actual proper sport. Plus, I do think it is. People may hate me for this and get things in the comments section. But I do think it is a bit fake.
Oh my
God.
God.
I know, sorry about that, mate. But I had to say it. So, yeah, you know what? If you don't like it, tough. You can unsubscribe if you want from our channel, but tough.
You're going to get hate for this? Why do you? MMA is a sport. All right.
Dear me.
It's just an opinion.
Right, yeah.
And you know what? I hate considering it. People say it's considered a sport, but it's not. Hockey.
Hockey? So what do you mean, like ice hockey or just normal hockey?
I don't know, like air hockey.
Oh, air hockey, right? Well,
people consider that a sport. It's just playing.
yeah, I guess you can play it. You can play it anywhere, like in the arcades or
Esports. That's a stupid thing. People think gaming's a sport now.
No, it's not. I've heard that gaming is going to be in the next Olympics as well. And that's just
because
that's just bollocks on it. I mean, you're sitting there on and you've got a screen in front of you. Like, how's that a sport? I can do that. I can do that at my house. Jordan can do that at his house. So how's that a sport? But I don't know. I guess that's just the way things are nowadays. More electronic.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But we've been on here for 32
minutes.
minutes.
I think we better go, folks. We're going to go for a wee walk here. So.
All right. So.
Yes.
Talk to you guys later.
We'll see you again, folks. Next time we catch up, me and Jordan will make another video about some other.
We're seeing the Whitney
subjects.
Houston movie probably this week or next week or whatever.
We'll do a review of that maybe when we see it. Yeah.
Yep. All right, guys.
Right,
take
folks.
care.
See you again soon. God bless. And
I've been Jordan Henry.
And I'm Jamie Lindsay. We'll see you again soon. Thank you for watching.